Okay. Sorry about that, folks. Something important came up. I had to check. I have.
It was something important, and you may hear about it soon.
May or may not. We don't know. Yet. For certain. Anyway. We have to...
Tell them you're on.
Well, shut up. Yeah, of course we're gonna tell them to shut up.
I thought that's what that said. It says step up.
Oh! Yeah, fuck, we both misread that.
Did we misread it the same way?
A bit of lunchtime competition, eh? Count me in. If I have to wipe the tables with you fools before I set my lunch down on it, then so be it. I'm not the fool. You're the fool, fool!
Not the fool, you're the fool!
Good one, Van Van. I like your gumption tea. I'll be watching your performance. Just when things reach a boiling point, Sprinkle steps in. Surely he'll put a stop to this madness. Now, students, please settle down. This is a lunchroom, not a sportsing court. Finally, a little sense. You breathe a sigh of relief. At least not until we turn on the timer.
The timer!
Oh God! Just then, a huge light blasts you in the face, flashing the words, timer, ready. That's what I'm talking about. I stand corrected. The hard way builds solids a foundation of confidence that cannot be swept away. And that's an original quote by me, in case anyone was wondering. I hope it's a message that lifts you to victory. Like a diamond, I was formed under pressure, and now is my chance to shine. I will defeat you, myself. You had his chicken. You made mashed potatoes and gravy on day 1, and you're feeling like you can really impress him again here. It's time to boil some water for the potatoes. Think fast. If the timer runs out, you'll be forced to... What? I don't want to. That's so scary.
You'll be fine.
No, I will not be fine. Oh God, hold on. Before we do that, my model is like straight up dying on me.
Your model's fine. Nothing's happening.
No, we're having a moment. We're having a moment.
Moment. Your mom.
My model is very frozen.
I didn't say your model, I said your mom.
Everything is broken.
Not everything.
Gotta open up the PNG model. Okay. We're back with Tiny. Why is Tiny T so big?
Chunky Tiny T.
Okay, there we go. I don't know why I was so large, but...
No longer large.
Think fast. If the timer runs down, you'll be forced to pick randomly. 100 degrees. I didn't even read it. I panicked.
Good job.
That's right, but how could you have gotten to the school without knowing that? Winner gets to rub my furry belly. Let that enticing offer motivate you. You I need to season this chicken before you cook it. You don't know Colonel Sanders' recipe exactly, but you have an idea. How many? It was 11.
11.
11. That's right. You might not know all the ingredients yet, but at least you've headed in the right direction. Tail wagging intensifies. Now that you've got the basic steps going, it's time to elevate your craft. Gratitude. That's right. You must never take this opportunity for granted if you hope to succeed. Your classmates are rooting for you, but Ashley is simply stronger and faster than you. You better pick up the pace if you want to survive. When you were a child, your father never told you to never forget where you came from. Every day you meditate on his advice. You draw energy from that place. A small town where big dreams are born. That's right. This is your shot, and you're not gonna miss it. Oh! You try to shut out the noise of the arena and focus on your cooking. What is the sound of success? Silence. That's right. When they taste your cooking, they will be taken. They'll be unable to speak. I'm panicking. I'm just. The first thing my eyes land on is what I pick. I don't know if any of this is right.
Stop. Calm. Slow down.
I'm panicking, Anakin.
Anakin.
You notice Colonel Sanders out of the corner of your eye. I believe in you, T. He's actually cheering you on, which would be awesome, except knowing he's watching you makes you totally forget what you were doing. Now all you can think about is Colonel Sanders. Colonel what? I didn't get to pick anything. What were you thinking? Get your mind back to the competition. Grrr. You were standing on the desert island, and only one dessert cookbook. Which do you take? What a hunk. I know, right? You know what? Shouldn't you be focused on the challenge? You're falling behind. I'm sorry. Wedding vows. What does that have to do with crafting spectacular fried chicken, delectable basics? Woof. You're really struggling to keep up. At the next station over, Ashley has already begun plating elements of her dish, and for it's colorful and complex. To make up time, you toss your biscuit doats in the stand mixer. As you do, the crowd gasps. Yikes. I know you love nothing more than seeing a fellow appliance utilized in the kitchen, but sometimes that means sacrificing the personal touch. You might not have hands, but T does. What good chef needs to be touching the dough to know when properly mixed? There's an easy way and the hard way. You don't get far by going the easy way. When you hear everyone talking, you realize how serious the error was. You immediately shove your hand in the mixer to rescue the dough before it's overmixed. Tina! But you're not fast enough. Your hand gets stuck. It's immediately crushed by the quickly spinning beaters. There's no way you'll be able to use that hand for the rest of the match. Colonel Sanders shakes his head in shame. I'm failing.
You're flopping right now.
I'm
You're
flopping hard. What you often find is that the easy way can turn out much, much more difficult. Everyone, stop what you're doing now. The battle's over. It can't be. I was so close to finishing my dish. Sweetheart, look at your hand. You simply can't go on. Aw, too bad. And I'm here with a completed dish ready to serve. Surely you makes me the winner by default. No, it wouldn't be fair to compare the two on account of T's injury. You see Sprinkles begin to lick his doggy chops as he locks onto the dish. But I suppose you at least should tell us what you prepared. Well, because I'm the sweetest, I skipped straight to dessert. Under the white chocolate dome, you'll find a wide array of delights taking you on a journey of flavor that tastes good and tells a story of excellence. I was going to ask T to do the honor, but since you're injured, I'm afraid that pouring this creamer of delight hot chocolate sauce might be too difficult. Colonel Sanders, if you wouldn't mind lending me a strong, steady hand. Colonel Sanders pours the hot chocolate sauce on top of the dome, causing it to melt away, revealing the ingredients hidden within. Okay, that does look really yummy, actually.
Like a honeycomb.
I want to eat that. I want to just take a bite. I want to bite that. Inside, you'll find a delicate fried cheese croquette on top of a slice of a honeycomb ice cream, 2 ways, tender nougat, and pearls of blueberry jelly. Colonel Sanders seemed intrigued, but perhaps not impressed, as he dips his finger in the chocolate sauce. Simplicity isn't your strong suit, is it, Ashley? How cute! As he places a sauce-covered finger to his lips, Ashley leans over and whispers something in his ear. A dab of sauce sticks to his mustache. I lost, so I will internalize my rage. I panicked. I flopped. I don't deserve his admiration right now. Your rage burns so intensely within your eyes they might burst into flames. The flames cause your eyebrows to catch fire and turn to ash. And they fall off your face, which means people will have a hard time understanding your emotions for the rest of the semester, perhaps forever. Embarrassed and ashamed by your poor performance, not to mention your crispy, fried brow, you run to the quad to be alone. The beautiful weather feels like an insult inside of you. A storm rages. It's Colonel Sanders. He'll probably tell you that he and Ashley are in love and decided to get married. He won't even ask you to cater his wedding because you're a terrible chef and an awful person. You try to hide from him, but he approaches you directly. I know you're hurting right now. Not just from the devastating loss, but from that run-in with the mixer and that small fire. You should get that checked. I'm fine! Can't you just leave? Hold on, sorry. Need the proper emotion. Oh wait, I'm not on my big model anymore. I don't have tears! I'm fine! Can't you just leave me alone? I'm a loser. I'm not fit to fill your fryer. I'm never gonna be a master chef. Failure is a part of life. Not just for you, but for all of us. Do you think I never failed at anything before? That's exactly what I think. Well, think again. I wasn't always the man you see before you, enrolled in culinary school. Incredibly handsome, successful, motivated. Well, handsome, sure. I was born that way. How carnal you. But I've walked other paths and arrived at dead ends. I was passionate about life, but I failed as an obstetrician. I was passionate about justice, but I failed as a lawyer. I was passionate about livestock, but I failed as a mule handler. That one is especially humiliating. Mules can be so cruel. I refuse to believe that you tried to handle mules. No, that doesn't feel right or correct.
Why?
No, it just doesn't.
You're wrong.
No, I'm not. I lost my business partner to a gunfight. What? Is that like real lore? Is that real IRL Colonel Sanders lore? That feels like real IRL Colonel Sanders lore. And I lost my innocence when I picked up a firearm and put a bullet in my rival. He survived for a while. Did you shoot your business partner? Did you kill a man? I think he just admitted to murder.
He didn't admit anything.
I didn't know. People see my delicate ribbon tie and well-kept beard and assume that I got it all together, which is true now, but it hasn't always been. Sounds like this guy could really use a hug. I resolved then that I was going to amount to something. No amount of hours, labor, or money could deter me from giving the best I had to give. As Colonel Sanders changes focus, you can see something ignite inside him, a burning passion. One has to remember that every failure can be a stepping stone to something better. My new dream is pure, is honest. It's something that a humble man in a crisp white suit can be proud of. I would create a new chain of chicken restaurants that would bring joy to an entire world and make up for my past misdeeds. Yay! Just as your moment grows intimate, you're interrupted by a threatening, shadowy presence. Battle scarred from the night before, you prepare for the worst. It's the spork monster. Borko? It is I! I know I said I wouldn't be back after the whole fight to the death thing. But maybe you wouldn't really want to see me anymore, but I just wanted to say that I was wrong to attack you, and I apologize. I know what it's like to having to always look over my shoulder. Monster problems, am I right? Aw, thanks, Borko. I'm glad that there's no hard feelings. Getting jumped by a giant creature in the dark of night can really rile a person up. I also want to apologize for the way I switched right into attack. You got jumped. Don't apologize. I know that you're strong, and cooking school has put a person under a lot of stress. I actually used to go to the school. I wasn't always a spork monster, you see. I don't believe it. You were human once? Well, no. I was a golden retriever. But I was still a student until one day some mean kids with a magic spell book cast a dark enchantment on me, and I was forever transformed. A magic spell book? I'm yawning so much. I'm yawning so much. I'm so eepy. Make the eepy stop.
No. No EP.
I don't wanna be eepy.
I banish your EP.
No, don't banish me.
No, the EP, not you.
Don't Spanish me. I don't want to be spangled. I don't know what I'm saying, guys. Please forgive me.
I don't wanna.
Precisely. I procured a copy for myself, but somewhere along the way I've lost it. If you find such a book, I beg of you, respect it. You're a powerful chef, and I shouldn't rely on such dark and evil magic. No, you should be protecting the innocent from those who would cheat them through sorcery and guile. If you need me, don't fear. I will be there. Sounds like there are some bad cooks in the kitchen of life, T. Together, I'm sure we can defeat them together. Come back to my hideaway. We can discuss. A personal invite? I can't imagine what Colonel Sanders' home must be like. It sounds like you're about to find out. Stepping inside Colonel Sanders' home, surrounded by his things, you start to feel a special bond with him.
Ooh, special bond.
A special bond.
Special bond.
Oh. Looks like you live such an exciting life, Colonel Sanders. Maybe we can adventure together, just you and me, in your bedroom.
Under the covers.
Under the covers? And just our apron. Sorry, Sanders. Aprons stay on during sex.
The apron stays on.
Every day can be an adventure if you approach it with the right attitude. Long ago,
Not right.
I made the decision to stop searching, to never stop searching, never stop working, never stop imagining. I've been working on new recipes of your own lately. I'm always excited to talk about food with another ambitious chef. Well, there's something. It's just a side dish I've been tinkering with, trying to find the right balance of flavors, textures. I'm not sure I've nailed it yet, but I'm close. Colonel Sanders' eyes perk up as he starts to wonder what dish you might be describing. It's meant to pair with something spicy or crispy. Both, perhaps, I say as my fingers trail on his chest.
Isn't that ranch? You sound like you're describing ranch dressing.
No, it's a side dish, not a sauce. You've got him right where you want him. Should you reveal your new creation to him or keep it a secret just for you? No! We're having an intimate moment. I must whisper it in his ears so seductively. You decide that you're ready. You're as ready as you will ever be to share your original cooking with Colonel Sanders. Before you can talk yourself out of it, you decide to head in first. You reach into your lunch bag for a special dish that you've been keeping on ice all day. I present you my original coleslaw. Oh. The shredded cabbage dish glistens in the Colonel Sanders Lux hideaway. Magnificent. Together, you chow down on the creamy slaw till just a spoonful remains in the bowl. Do you mind if I hold on to the last bite? I'd like to have it around so I can admire its taste later and think back on this moment. You could offer to make him more, but he seems like a very sentimental kind of guy. Sure. Why not? Please, make yourself comfortable. I'll be back in a moment. You realize now would be the perfect time to do some snooping. Around the room, there are various items. You can look closer at. Each item seems to be radiant memories and emotions. Tap an item to discover more about the colonial. Scented candle. You try to identify the smell.
Why are you calling him the colonial?
What?
Why are you calling him the colonial?
Is that not? I don't know. Oh, Colonel. Because I read C-O-L-O and my brain autofills to colonial.
Like, I heard you do it a couple other times, but like I didn't really think about it that hard. I just now thought about it a little bit harder.
I'm a little silly, okay? Hi, Eden! Yeah. We're seducing the Colonel. Power
We're
tool?
seducing the colonial, apparently.
Shut up. Freshly starched collar. Piece of wood floating in a lake. Summer of 69? No. It's one of the secret recipe ingredients. It's tap on an item to discover more. A lock of silver hair is woven through the teeth of comb. Upon further inspection, you realize that the hair therein isn't just silver in color. It's actually made of spun silver. You notice a very realistic... This is stuffed. I thought it was just a statue. A stuffed chicken sitting in the corner table. When you pick it up, you realize it isn't just realistic. It's a taxidermy chicken. Why is it a
Why does he have a taxidermy chicken?
Must have been important to Sanders. A little note clipped to the chicken's foot reads, "The true state bird of the great state of Kentucky." Oh, the door opened. You gaze out the window across the vast lake and mountain range beyond. It's just the ghost of Student pops up. Are you thinking of heading out into the world on a quest to avenge my death? Wait, what? Never even learned your name. Why would I avenge you? I could tell you my name right now. It's... Can't you say I'm in the middle of something? You open the window. A crack, and the ghost is swept out with a breeze. You take a look at the large urn sitting... Oh my god, there's so much reading. Can you take over for a minute, please?
I guess I can. You take a closer look at the larger urn sitting on a nearby pedestal. There's a plaque on it. It's dusty, but when you wipe it off, you can read the inscription. It says, "Here lie the ashes of all my past careers and business failures." Poor guy. Tap on an item. The photo appears to be Colonel Sanders, except he's an old man visiting the Pyramid of Egypt. Maybe this is where he discovered one of his secret herbs and spices. An adorable little
God,
baby
not the
boy
goatee.
crawls across the floor. From the goatee and mustache combo he sports, you figure that this must be Colonel Sanders himself. Holding a piece of chicken. That, or maybe it's the drumstick that he seems to be waving like a rattle. Who frames a baby picture of just themselves? Probably the same type of person who would make their own face the logo of the company they founded, am I right?
Ha ha!
One of the frame photos shows an old man who looks a bit like Colonel Sanders standing with a friend. They hold fried chicken drumsticks and appear to be cheersing them. That's not what's happening in that photo.
Not at all.
You look closely and see that there's a short inscription. I wonder who my friend Pete is. Tap on an item. This must be where he keeps the secret recipe. You think for a moment, what number is important to Colonel Sanders? Then it dawns on you. As soon as you turn the dial to 111111, the safe opens. But that just fuck it, never mind. Inside it, you find a single note. Can chicken be prepared sashimi style? No. The answer's no. Apparently, it can be prepared like a fucking pizza, though.
Okay.
That's all well and good.
I'll take over again. I just needed a moment.
I mean, I can help if you want.
You open the door to Colonel Sanders' closet and find a row of his signature white suits hanging within. You take one of the hangers and try it on. Jacket is big for you, but it's soft and comfortable. You give it yourself a deep hug, breathing in his scent. They say that home is where the heart is. Is this what they meant? Before you look any further, you hear Colonel Sanders returning. He has a new dish that he's been working on, and he wants you to taste it. Try to act casual until he asks why you're wearing his jacket. I don't usually loan those out, but I must say, it does look good on you. Oh crap, the jacket. You forgot to take it off.
Good job.
Fess up. You know, we're gonna be honest with him. Every relationship is built on a foundation of trust. You confess. I think I've developed feelings for you. I might be developing feelings for you too, but I'm concerned. I can't let anything get in my way of my dreams. Overwhelmed, you take off the jacket and run for the door. But the thought of leaving Colonel in the midst of such an emotional breakthrough gives you pause. You stop yourself. Colonel? Yes, T. I honestly think this may be the beginning of something wonderful. I think you're right. We should take things slow. You talk late into the night and drift off into slumber. Dream sequence!
Dream sequence!